What's going on, everyone? It's Stranger and welcome to another YouTube music production video where my mission is to help you succeed in making music. And in today's video, we're going to be working on part 2 of drum and bass arrangement. So if you haven't seen part 1 yet, then make sure you check it out in the link below. We teach you how to build a really strong 16 bar block. Because once you have a strong 16 bar block, it then becomes really easy to then move on to arranging the entire song, which is what we're going to be doing today. And today I'm just going to give you guys my personal arrangement template file for free right away so you can start building out your song. However, it'd be amazing if we can get the likes up to 1,000. It really helped my channel out. Also, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button to stay updated on more videos and giveaways. And if you enjoyed the video, it'd be amazing if you can share it. It'll help my channel grow. And we're going to be building out the song today using the basic drum and bass structure. So let's have a recap around that. So remember, the basic drum and bass structure comprises of an intro, a body, a break, a second body, and an outro. The intro is where we establish some of the themes of the track. So this is where we introduce some sounds. Sometimes it's accompanied by drums so that the DJ can mix in the track. We also build tension in the intro, which is then released in the body through what we call the drop. This is when we introduce the drums and the bass. As the body develops, we build energy and again tension, which is then released in the break. The break is when the listener and dancer gets a rest. So that's when we remove the drums and the bass. Again, tension is built and then released in the second body. As we enter the second body, sometimes we introduce new sounds or alter some of the existing sounds so that the second body is somewhat a bit different from the first. This helps develop the story between the first and second body. As the second body develops, we may deconstruct the track by removing certain elements as we approach the outro. The outro is where we give some space for the DJ to mix in the next track. Sometimes the outro is omitted entirely as it's no longer needed thanks to the advent of digital DJing. Now, it's important to note that each section of this arrangement may contain a varying number of 16 bar blocks. For example, the intro may contain 1 to 3 blocks. The body may contain anywhere from 1 to 4 blocks. The break is typically 1 to 2 blocks. The second body is anywhere between 1 to 4 blocks. And the outro is 1 to 2 blocks. It all depends on how you want to develop your track. For example, you may want a 32 bar break to really increase that suspense. And then there are some tracks with multiple short bodies and breaks to really take the listener on a journey. EDM tracks are a great example for this. However, for today's exercise, we're going to stick with the basic drum and bass arrangement. And now that we're all refreshed, let's get right into it. So here's the project we're working with, and this is the 16 bar block or sequence that we built in the last episode. Now I'll just play it for you. Now that's a really strong 16 bar block. We're using call and response between different bass sounds. We have this reese with the riser at the end to really seal the deal at the end of the 16. Now beyond the drums and the bass, it's important to have additional musical elements to tell the story within the greater arrangement. So in this project here, I have a pad sound. Some stabs. There's these atmospheric sounds. As well, I have these transitional sounds such as the riser. And here's an impact sound. So these are all elements that I'm going to use within the greater structure of the song to tell the story. Now going back to arrangement here, notice that we have these lines indicating the main sections of our drum and bass structure. We have the intro, body, the break, the second body, and an outro. And notice that I have two lines for the intro 1 and 2. This is only because since this is a template for certain songs, I may want a shorter intro, so I'm not committed to a specific length of an intro. For some songs, I may even want a 16 bar intro, so it might just start here. So these are just guidelines on how to build my track. Another analogy I like to use is building a house. So when you build a house, you build the framework first, and then you can start laying down the bricks and all the intricacies of the house. But having that foundation is important because then we know how to lay out that house, right? So it's pretty much the same thing with laying out a song. Once you have that basic structure there, it becomes really easy to then arrange your song. Now, as I mentioned, once we have that strong 16 bar block, it then becomes really easy to arrange your song. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight the 16 bar section and I'm going to duplicate this a number of times. So within this arrangement structure, I have a 64 bar body, a 16 bar break, another 64 bar body, and then a 16 bar outro. Just know that these aren't strict rules. Sometimes you can have a shorter body with 32 bars, and sometimes to create more suspense during the break, you can have a 32 bar break. So these are all just guidelines and they can be shifted around. Now I'm just going to copy the 16 bar block through the intro. So we'll have an intro of 2 blocks here. So during the intro, we usually take out the bass because we save that for the drop where the main energy is. So I'm going to highlight the bass section and just remove the bass right away. And likewise, during the break, we usually remove the drums and the bass. So I'll remove these guys here as well. And then the outro, I'll take out the bass and keep the drums. So as you can see, I'm starting to sculpt my song out. I call this the deconstructive method of arranging your song. And now that I have a basic structure out, I can use some of my elements to start telling the story. For example, I'm going to bring in the pads here and I'll duplicate it across the intro. Then I'll introduce the stabs, 16 bars into the intro like that. And then I'll just stretch it out like that. And I'll just remove the first riser here. Now I'll just play the last 4 bars before the drop. Okay, so that's a pretty good drop. So now I'm going to start developing the body. And what I'm thinking is I'm going to remove some of the bass sounds. So if you remember in the last episode, we're using a couple different bass sounds to create a call and response between the basses. So I'm thinking of removing the gnarly bass for the first 16 bar block here. I'll remove the reese as well and keep the reese for the end of the 16. So that means what I'll do is then I'll duplicate this 4 bar section here across the first 16 bar block. And furthermore, I'm going to remove the shakers and the ride and save that for the next 16 where we build more energy. So let's listen to what we got. So that was a nice transition between the first 16 bar block and the second 16. We build up some energy. So that story is beginning to develop within our arrangement. And then we also introduced the gnarly call and response bass on the second 16 here. Now to further develop the story within the first body, I'm going to introduce the stabs here on the 3rd block. And then I'll bring the pads in after. And then during the break, I'll introduce the pad and the stab. I'll just play each section real quick. And then I'll just introduce that impact sound right at the break to help that transition. So this is pretty good. We're building the energy through the body, and then it breaks down where everything exits except the pad and the stab. Now, another technique we can use to tell a story within our track is to use automation. So I'm going to turn on the automation mode, And then I'm specifically going to automate the reverb of the stab so we can create some movement within this 16 bar block. So I'm going to add a point up here and then maybe start around here. So that builds some tension before the second drop. Now we can do the same thing here. We can introduce some movement with the stabs here in the intro. And I'll remove some of the sounds from the intro, such as the shakers as well. I might even remove some of the drums during the first 16 of the intro. So during the intro, I'm going to add some additional automation onto the stab. Specifically, I'm going to add an auto filter and then filter in the stabs. So we're going to set a low pass here. We'll slowly introduce that stab in. Now during the last 2 bars of the intro, I'm going to introduce a pause. So I'm just going to delete the drums here. So we have this. So the pause is another important technique to use in your track between different sections, especially between the intro and the breakdown. It's nice to introduce that pause to really emphasize that drop. So on the second body, sometimes it's nice to have subtle changes in the bass so that it's not a repeat of the first body. So I can go into the main bass, add an additional note here on the bass. So we have this. A subtle change like that can go a long way in developing your story on the second body. So I'll just copy that through. And usually during the first 16 of your second body, I like to just have the bass and drums play out to let the dancer really groove out. And then you can perhaps bring the stabs back in on the second block here. Maybe have it play for 32 bars and then bring the pads back. And I also have these atmospheric sounds, so perhaps we can use them here as well. So maybe I'll paste them here and let's see how that sounds. So another technique I like to employ to further develop your story is to use micro edits to your track. So for example, on this third block here, I might zoom in and then mute the first beat here like that. So having little pauses like that also really help. So using the same technique of editing smaller segments of your block, I can go here on the second 16 of my body and introduce a double snare here, like that. That adds additional little changes. It's nice to have little variations on your track. So this technique is called adding edits to your track, and you can add a number of edits throughout your track. The trick is to be subtle about it and also not to overdo it. So maybe I'll add one more here, maybe a pause on the kick. I'll also introduce the reese at the very end of the outro to kind of seal the deal there. So we have this. So our song is pretty much arranged now, And to take it further, you can add additional effects and perhaps vocals to really spice it up. So I won't play you the entire track, but I'll leave a link down below so you can listen to the entire track in full. But as you can see, using these basic techniques, it's really easy to then arrange your song and really tell a story within it. So that's pretty much it. We have a nicely arranged song. And just to recap, it's nice to have a basic structure to then lay out your track. And then make sure you have enough musical elements to tell a story within that arrangement. For example, using pads, stabs, atmospherics, as well as impact sounds and risers. And other techniques you can use to tell that story is using pauses between main sections. For example, between the intro and the drop, you can introduce a pause to emphasize that drop, as well as using micro edits. For example, muting the first kick of a block, or using double snares for a section, as well as for a second body. Sometimes it's good to change it up just a little bit. We can use subtle techniques such as adding an extra note to the bass or introducing that new atmospheric sound, so it's not a repeat of the second body. And remember, automation is a great tool to introduce movement within your body. For example, automating parameters such as the filter cutoff or the dry wet of your reverb really helps create some movement within your track. So I hope these concepts help you arrange your track. And remember, these are just guidelines. For example, the basic drum and bass arrangement can be shifted around. You can have longer intros or longer breakdowns and shorter bodies. It's flexible, up to you and how you want to develop your track. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button and share it. Also subscribe if you haven't already. And that's pretty much it for today, guys. Thanks again for watching. Keep practicing, and I'll see you at the next video.